Dubai did not simply build islands. It challenged the oldest border on Earth, the line where land ends and the sea begins. From high above the Persian Gulf, the shapes seem almost unreal. A giant palm stretching into the water, a crescent wrapped around it like a shield. Small islands scattered across the sea, arranged like a map of the world. It looks less like urban planning and more like a message written across the coastline. But the true story is not what Dubai built above the water. It is what had to happen beneath it. Because before the villas, before the hotels, before the skyline reflected on the Gulf, there was only shallow water, shifting seabed, moving currents, and one impossible question. Could sand be forced to become land? For centuries, cities expanded by conquering deserts, forests, mountains, and rivers. Dubai looked toward the sea and saw not a boundary, but an empty canvas. Natural coastline was limited. Ambition was not. And in a city determined to transform itself from a regional port into a global destination, the water in front of Jumeirah became something more than scenery. It became the next frontier. The idea was simple only in imagination. Create new land where no land existed. Extend the coast. Multiply the waterfront. Build a shape so recognizable that it could be seen from aircraft windows, satellite images, and maps around the world. But the sea does not surrender easily. The first secret of Dubai's artificial islands is that the desert itself could not provide the answer. The sand surrounding the city may seem endless, but desert sand is often too fine, too smooth, and too wind-polished to lock together as stable ground. It slips, it shifts, it does not behave like the foundation of a city. So the builders turned to the floor of the Gulf. Marine sand, shaped by water over time, was heavier, rougher, and more suitable for reclamation. The seabed became a quarry. Enormous dredging vessels moved offshore, lowering their equipment into the shallow Gulf and lifting millions of cubic meters of sand from beneath the water. Then came the image that made the project famous. From the decks of dredging ships, sand and water were sprayed through the air in vast golden arcs, falling back into the sea with strange beauty. The technique became known as rainbowing. It looked almost poetic, like the sea itself was being painted with land. But there was nothing random about it. Every arc had to fall within an invisible geometry. Every deposit of sand had to respect a design measured with unforgiving precision. Palm Jumeirah was not drawn by hand on the water. Its trunk, fronds, and crescent depended on satellite guidance, marine surveys, positioning systems, and constant correction. From the sky, the island had to be beautiful. At sea level, it had to survive. That was the deeper challenge. A symbol can be drawn in minutes. A coastline must resist waves, currents, erosion, storms, settlement, and time. The palm was not only a design. It was a machine made of sand, stone, and calculation. Before anything luxurious could rise, the new land needed protection. That protection came from rock. Around Palm Jumeirah, a crescent-shaped breakwater was built as a massive defensive wall against the open Gulf. It was not decorative. It was not merely the outer outline of the palm. It was the reason the fragile new land inside could exist. Immense quantities of quarried stone were placed with care, forming a barrier designed to weaken waves before they reached the island. On one side, the open sea continued to push and pull. On the other, calmer water formed inside the lagoon. The crescent made the palm possible. But protection was only one part of the problem. Sand piled above the water does not automatically become solid ground. Beneath the surface, the reclaimed island remained loose, young, and unstable. It had to be strengthened before it could carry roads, buildings, resorts, and the weight of Dubai's global image. This is where the miracle became less visible, but more important. Vibrocompaction was used to tighten the new ground. Heavy equipment vibrated deep into the sand, forcing the grains closer together, reducing empty spaces, and helping the island settle before construction advanced. The goal was not simply to create land. It was to create land that would stay land. The work was repetitive, technical, and relentless. Dredge, place, measure, compact, protect, correct. Again and again, thousands of decisions accumulated into one shape large enough to be recognized from the sky. And slowly, what had been water became a future address. The trunk became the spine of the island. The fronds stretched outward like fingers into the Gulf. Each narrow strip of sand was not just a piece of engineering. It was a future road, a future home, a future shoreline. The design looked organic, almost natural, but its creation was mathematical. If the fronds drifted out of alignment, the symbol would fail. If the sand settled poorly, the structure would fail. If the crescent did not control the waves, the dream would fail. The island had to be precise enough to be iconic and strong enough to be inhabited. That tension is what makes Palm Jumeirah more than a luxury development. It is a negotiation between image and reality. From above, it is a perfect emblem. From the edge of the water, it is a fragile frontier, constantly tested by the elements. And Dubai did not stop there. Beyond the palm came an even stranger idea: the world islands, an archipelago arranged to resemble a map of the planet. Here, ambition became symbolic on a different scale. Dubai was no longer just extending its coast. It was miniaturizing the world and the Gulf. Small islands represented continents and countries, separated by water channels, floating like fragments of a private globe. It was bold, surreal, and unmistakably Dubai. Geography transformed into spectacle. But every artificial island carries a hidden cost. Dredging changes the seabed. Sediment rises into the water. Habitats can be disturbed. Currents can shift. Shorelines can behave differently than before. The sea is not an empty surface waiting to be filled. It is a living system of depth, motion, temperature, sediment, and time. That is why the story of Dubai's islands must hold two truths at once. The engineering was extraordinary, and the marine environment paid a price. This is the uncomfortable beauty of the project. The islands are not simple monuments to progress. They are also monuments to consequence. Every curve affects a current. Every barrier changes a wave. Every artificial shoreline asks the coast to adjust. The sea does not read architectural drawings. It responds slowly, physically, and without compromise. This is why Dubai's artificial islands remain so fascinating. They are both achievement and warning, both wonder and experiment, both dream and risk. They also reveal something larger about Dubai itself. Oil was never the whole story of the city's rise. Dubai's strategy moved through trade, aviation, tourism, finance, real estate, and spectacle. The islands became part of that global message. They turned engineering into identity. They made the city visible in a way few cities have ever achieved. Most cities appear on maps. Dubai tried to become the map. The palm-shaped island was not only built for residents or visitors. It was built for the world's imagination. It was designed to be remembered in a single glance. A coastline turned into a logo. A development turned into mythology. But mythology is easier to create than to maintain. Some island projects moved faster than demand. Some visions were delayed, revised, or left incomplete as markets changed and costs mounted. The sea, the economy, and time all became part of the same test. And yet Palm Jumeirah endured as the icon. Today, it is recognized across the world. A palm of sand reaching into blue water, guarded by a crescent of stone, standing as one of the most ambitious acts of land reclamation ever attempted. But beneath the hotels, roads, residences, and promenades lies the real structure of the story: dredged marine sand, compacted ground, quarried rock, engineered protection, and years of monitoring. The island is not a finished object in the simple sense. It is a continuous negotiation between land and water. That is what the aerial photographs cannot show. They show the shape, but not the struggle. They show the symbol, but not the systems holding it in place. They show Dubai's ambition, but not the restless force beneath it. Ancient civilizations built temples to honor gods, walls to defend empires, canals to command rivers, and harbors to control trade. Dubai built islands to prove that even geography could be redesigned. The materials were ancient: sand, stone, water, metal, and human calculation. The result was modern mythology. What makes the story powerful is that none of it was inevitable. The islands were not discovered. They were chosen, forced, measured, corrected, defended. A desert city looked at the Gulf and decided that the horizon was not far enough. And so, where the map once showed only water, Dubai placed land. Still, every artificial island carries a question beneath its surface. Can a human-made coastline ever become natural with time? Can a dream built from sand and stone truly belong to the sea it interrupted? Or will it always remain what it was from the beginning, a magnificent act of defiance? Dubai's answer is still visible in the Gulf, a palm carved into the water, a crescent holding back the waves, a city that wanted its ambition to be seen from the sky. It is a desert miracle, but not a simple one. It is engineering, image, risk, environment, and desire fused into one impossible shape. And in that shape, Dubai left a modern monument to an ancient human impulse to stand at the edge of nature, look beyond the limit, and redraw the map.